currently teach grade 1 to 8 here at Baythorn, and of course it's visual arts, drama, and dance. My program philosophy and the way I kind of look at creating this program is to really try and balance this idea of students creating art, but also analyzing art. And I also really try and focus on how can we make Baythorn a place where students' artwork becomes the museum. So these walls are actually our own museum. And that's where the students have time to not just create their work, but reflect on it. So the lesson that I designed was a lesson that was really focusing on how are we going to reimagine the Land Acknowledgement. And I did want to use movement because it's something that it's new, it's exciting, and it was a project that I've never done before. So there was a little bit of a risk there, but was exciting because the students this year were so receptive to trying different things. And we started reading and really rereading the Land Acknowledgement. The reason for that is because this was actually our focus and center for the project. Once we were done that, we were able to brainstorm every detail from attire to music to choreography, location, camera angles, the actions, to move beyond the Land Acknowledgement.
My experience of being a part of this project, Land Acknowledgement through movement, has taught me so much about the land we live on, the indigenous peoples who lived on this land before us, and their connections with the land.
During the project, we deconstructed the Land Acknowledgement to understand the relationship between the text and its meaning. I learned that Baythorn Public School is located on the traditional territories of the Wendat, the Haudenosaunee, and the Anishinaabe peoples.
It's been a really great experience. I've met new people that I've gotten really close to, and to see everyone's talents, the executive team, the dancers, the teachers have all been amazing throughout this process.
So the lesson idea was we're really going to start looking at who we are as individuals, and once we start there, we're able to lead with a bit more empathy and a bit of reflection. So the students actually started off with brainstorming who they were, what is their purpose, why are they here. The inspiration really for those 3 questions, it was an adaptation from a lady named Nancy Rowe, who also guided those thinking of students should be reflecting and educators should be reflecting.
It's so important to actually understand the Land Acknowledgement because it has a strong meaning. All the meaning behind the Land Acknowledgement is the past that we need to be aware of. It's the way that we can acknowledge and be an ally.
I think that it is important to learn about the topics because by acknowledging the First Nations people on this land, we are able to take the first steps towards truth and reconciliation.
To appreciate the land is one thing, but actually going out and appreciating it is another thing. It was really nice to go down to the ravine and to watch everyone just dance.
It's important that we have to fully understand the Land Acknowledgement because we have to recognize the word's meanings and realize that it's not just a regular Monday announcement, it's the first step towards reconciliation between the First Nations and Treaty people.
So I actually applied for the Community Connected Experiential Learning Project grant, and with this grant I was able to purchase technology for filming, which was wonderful because it was able to actually enhance the students' creative expressions. And at the end of the video, we are going to be sharing actions that this whole school can do in all schools in York Region, from primary to intermediate, actions that they can commit to move beyond the Land Acknowledgement to deepen their knowledge.
Watching the entire dance come together and just little piece by piece and seeing the process and helping out behind the scenes was so satisfying and exhilarating.
We got to go outside when we were working on the project and appreciate the world around us, our environment.
My favorite part of the project was learning different types of dances through the style. As a competitive dancer, I like to learn new things and be versatile.
I couldn't say no to this offer because it's something I've always wanted to be a part of, dance, art, music, and drama, but I was never confident enough to do what I've always wanted, and Miss McFarlane brought the dream to me.
It's very important that we know that we benefit for this land. The quote from Cree proverb was, "Only when the last tree has died and the last river has been poisoned and the last fish has been caught, we realize we cannot eat money." This quote has spoke out most to me.
I have learned more about their beautiful culture, traditions, and celebrations like powwows, and respect the beautiful aspects of it.
I think it's very important to know about all of these topics because it's the land that we live on, and it's very important to know about where we live and everything around it.
So it's important to understand it because it's a much more effective way of remembering that this land that we live on belongs to the First Nations, not to us.
Us learning of First Nations people culture, which connects with Canadian history, also shows us the injustices that First Nations people have faced and continue to face to this day. Although we cannot change the past, there is the present, and we can make this a better place for the future generation.